One of my biggest priorities as your senator is hearing directly from Nebraskans. I continue to do what I did when I was governor. I travel the state, talk to Nebraskans, and listen to their concerns. Last week, I welcomed hundreds of Nebraskans to my annual Federal Issues Forum at the State Fair in Grand Island. I'm grateful for everyone who attended. The Federal Issues Forum is an event where we discuss federal issues impacting Nebraskans. This year, Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, Administrator Lee Zeldin and Senate Majority Whip John Barrasso joined me. We highlighted solutions we're working on to get America back on track. Senate Republicans and the Trump administration are delivering for Nebraska. We are fighting to provide and protect the good life. Administrator Zeldin and I discussed the importance of the EPA cutting excessive regulation. Nobody cares more about preserving our water, our air, and our land resources more than our farmers and ranchers who depend upon it. They are the original conservationists. What farmers and ranchers want is common sense rules and regulations that allow them to continue to manage their land. That's what Administrator Zeldin and I are fighting to deliver. Reining in overregulation means reforming rules like Waters of the U.S. or WOTUS. The Obama and Biden administrations tried to illegally increase the EPA's authority for waters of the U.S. under the 1972 Clean Water Act. They tried to redefine what navigable waters are. The Congress had passed laws which gave the EPA authority over navigable waters like lakes, rivers, and oceans. President Obama and President Biden tried to extend the EPA's authority to regulate roadside ditches, puddles on construction sites, and farm ponds. Last time I checked, those are not navigable waters. Now, that's the definition of overreach. That's not what Congress voted for. Administrator Zeldin made it clear that EPA isn't an obstacle to agribusiness any longer. They are working within the intent of Congress. With Administrator Zeldin's common sense approach, the EPA is supporting farmers and ranchers. Zeldin and I also discussed the renewable fuels standard. Previously, he had committed to me that EPA would follow the standard Congress passed and get the process back on schedule. The improved renewable volume obligation rulemaking reflects strong support for biofuels and American farmers. The EPA's most recent RVOs exceeded our expectations and will drive strong biofuel markets. This will benefit energy consumers with cheaper prices at the pump, help clean up our environment, and be great for our farmers and ranchers. The Biden administration sadly ignored biofuels and weakened American energy independence. We're unleashing American energy dominance again. Senator Barrasso and I discussed how the One Big Beautiful Bill strengthens Nebraska families. It's rare to have the opportunity to pass legislation that preserves the good life for generations. The One Big Beautiful Bill avoids a $2,400 tax hike, expands the child tax credit, and makes the death tax exemption permanent. It is great for families, expanding child and dependent care credits, while increasing take-home pay by up to $9,000 over the course of the next 4 years. It ensures no tax on tips or on overtime. And 88% of seniors will no longer pay taxes on Social Security due to a new $6,000 tax credit. That's returning Social Security benefits to how they were prior to 1983 when they were not taxed at the income tax level. We also passed a $50 billion rural health care fund, which makes sure Nebraska gets a minimum of $100 million in each year for the next 5 years. The One Big Beautiful Bill is great for agriculture and energy. It secures our border and promotes peace through strength in deterring foreign adversaries like Communist China. We also discussed the passage of historic bipartisan legislation like the HALT Fentanyl Act and the Laken Riley Act. These laws will keep our border secure and keep Americans safe. After the Federal Issues Forum, I walked around the state fair. I spoke with small business owners, fair staff, and everyday Nebraskans enjoying the fair. I saw the ingenuity of Nebraska entrepreneurs at the expo hall. I saw the impressive livestock the next generation of our farmers and ranchers were very proud to show in the animal pavilions to compete in the state fair. I was even able to help show a Rambouillet ram in competition, and I also won a blue ribbon. Nebraska is what America is supposed to be. The reason is our people. As I travel across our state, I'm reminded of the values that make Nebraska special. We're committed to faith, family, community, and hard work. These are the values, are the same ones that guide my service to Nebraska. The Nebraska State Fair is a yearly reminder of the values that make the good life in our state.